evening, everyone. Welcome to the quarterfinals between Titans versus Hustlers. The first ball of the match has just been bowled, and we have one run. It's pretty hot here. A challenge for all the fielders to play in this field. Welcome, Akki.
Thanks, Pushkar, for setting the stuff with all the sunscreen on your face. So we are here for the last pre-quarters.
Oh, it's pre-quarters. I said quarters. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It was quarters.
Yeah.
It was given as wide or
no ball. It's a no ball.
Oh, it was being given as a no ball, and that is going to be a free hit. So coming back to that, I was wrong. This is all the pre-quarters are completed. Yesterday evening was the last pre-quarter, and today it's been the third quarter. The team who is winning today will be playing with Mavericks. The Mavericks are already waiting for one of their opponent.
One of them. There'll be only one opponent.
Yeah, right. And the other guy sitting there is Rowdies. So Rowdies will be waiting for the Knights vs Samurais match that is going to happen tomorrow. So we are pretty excited for all the knockouts that is getting geared up.
Looks like there's some confusion with the no ball decision that was given. The umpire did call it a no, but then decided not to give it a no.
I don't have any clarity on that. Still, there has been a check. So considering the factor, we are updating the scorecard. So how do you enjoy the weather here, Pushkar?
Weather is too hot, but we were still playing yesterday in this hot weather.
In the morning?
No.
Oh, leather ball, okay. So yeah, I was saying like the moment of 3 p.m. match, I would say, which is very good decision, because apart from the few guys who play the T35, other guys will not be. I would say only 1 or 2% who plays the T35 apart from all the crowd we have.
Yeah.
So when two teams are playing, at least 18 to 20 people would not have played that heats, and there was a lot of chances that could have been a heat stroke if we would have played in 3 p.m. weather.
That's true, Aki. It's even at 6:55 in the evening now. It's still that hot. So imagine 3 o'clock. It would have been very dangerous as well. The match is held up because of the discussion around no ball, and the umpires are still discussing within themselves. have Aki back after getting the decision finalized.
It was me who gave the.
That is Saji, our square leg umpire at the moment. There seems to be some confusions with the crease line, and that is what they are updating now.
Because of that women cricket or something, the grease has been changed or something, which the umpires are evaluating. So it would take some couple of minutes at least. We'll come back by then.
Best of luck to all NWA cricket participants. We have extensive experience in land development and quality construction. We have built over 200 homes in 4 subdivisions, including single-family and duplex homes. Silverleaf Estates is our new upscale subdivision with amenities like clubhouse, walking trails, pool, kids play area, and more. We have a limited time buyer incentive of $13,000 for NWA cricket participants. Our office is in Bentonville across from the Links at Rainbow Curve Apartments. We're ready to serve you.
We are back to the match. So the news from the center is because of the grease and every confusion, that ball was being declared as a dead ball, which I would say is a fair
decision.
Yeah.
Because considering Tirth, who has been bowling consistently, bowling a side no ball is very not that expected out of him.
Yeah.
Can only happen in situations like these where the crease has been shortened.
Yeah, for sure. Fuller ball. He was completely deceived by his pace, I would say. The pace from Tirth. He had no clue, though it was a fuller ball. I mean, full toss ball. These full tosses ball outside the off stump, if it is bowled with a good pace, I don't think that that's easily playable in this ground.
That's right, actually. That pace, extra pace that Tirth has, it's very confusing for the batsmen because they're not used to play this high speed deliveries.
Yeah, we do have only few guys produce this kind of pace. Tirth, Sheshu,
Aki.
They are at least 3 or 4 inches. 4 yards quicker than me.
Aki is one of them, so you have to agree to it. Aki is just being modest and considering him to be a slower bowler, but he is not.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Tirth bowling is 4th ball, I believe. This time fuller.
Good calling between the wickets. Good running. That could have been a dot ball, but the infield players were not quick to reach the ball.
Yeah, I do think the way they set the field, the point and deep point, backward point fielders are set at the edge of the circle. The cover fielder was set. Was an attacking fielder. The way he played the shot was with the soft hands pointing towards the point. So he had ample of time to complete that run.
That's right. Left-hand batsman. That's nice.
Chakri is the guy. Chakri has been playing cricket in NWA for at least a decade, I would say. He has been playing with different teams. So, but this is the time he's playing in the full ground though. So they are playing well, I would say, taking those singles, which is a sensible thing. Over the period of time, I mean, what we have observed in this creek side is the first 4 overs, if you are not losing wickets, taking 6-7 runs an over is more than good.
That's right. That has been a difference compared to the T8 tournament that was held before this, where 24 and 4 overs was considered to be a very low score.
Yeah, because you will have another 4 over only.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were not playing the previous match because you are feeling ill, and are you back from that?
Yeah, I was down. My health was down, so I was not able to be there for the quarterfinal, pre-quarters that we had. Yeah, but I'm good now.
Nice. That's why you played the T35 the next day.
Yeah.
So no matter of time, the first over is completed because there was no boundaries. All the balls were just inside the inner circle. You can see Ujjwal moving here and there, feeling bored.
And he's blocking the camera, blocking the view for us.
So Chakri facing Praneeth. That was from the legs, I believe.
There's such a big difference that the batsmen have to adjust to, considering Tirth's space and then Praneeth's space.
Yeah.
Even though Praneeth is one of the fast bowlers in NWA, but compared to Tirth, it seems like his balls come a bit slow.
Bit slow for sure. And Tirth is a guy like he bowls the ball to the money, and his ball will not bounce that much. Like one or two balls he bowled the ball purposely to hit the back of length to bounce. But Praneeth balls, even if it is hitting in the good length, it bounces more, which is not easy to play. So there is lot of variation between these two bowlers. I hope that's a wide. So of all the opening pair bowlers, I would say some of the vital options are these two guys, Tirth and Praneeth.
Yeah.
Who has a tremendous difference and with consistency. One with a good pace on the money, one bowling the pitch of the delivery, teasing deliveries, which is Praneeth. And I would say, I'm not saying this as you are here, Pushkar and Linesh, that is one of a good combination. Linesh ball will not bounce above the knee, and Pushkar with slow balls. And remembering those, we'll talk more about the most consistent pairs like Rocky and Maggie. Full toss ball, and it is played in between the gaps, but the ball is not sailing. There is a two opportunity, and they have run that at ease.
That was a good cover drive. Bad ball though, like full toss to the batsman that helped the batsman to just play it in the cover. But considering the ground to be this hard, we would have expected the ball to travel, but it is not traveling.
I felt that was not a properly middle shot. The way he played, it was on to the straight drive, but it was played. It went into the cover, so might be that would be the reason.
Exactly.
This time it was a hard-hitting shot and played over the head of Ramesh. Ramesh is trying hard to stop for the 4, and he has stopped it. What a fielding it has been from Ramesh. And Uma there. The throw, look at the throw. What a throw it was.
Good effort there by Ramesh, running all the way to the boundary and then pushing it in. That is some amazing athleticism. I wouldn't say it was a bad ball, but the batsman did make room for himself to be able to hit it on the square.
Yeah, he really picked that ball very well. This is what the bounce of Praneeth will do. If you are middling it, you can play it, but there are most chances it will be an edge.
That's right.
Chakri looks to be in a good nick. Praneeth to Chakri. It was an excellent delivery outside off stump. Batsman had no clue, and again, this was a good pace delivery.
Yep. This time he's come over the wicket to the left-handed batsman, so that's given him a wider view to bowl outside the off stump. I think he even bowled it at a slower pace because of which the ball started to dip as soon as it was reaching the batsman. And it was back.
Probably we'll have to move the camera a bit.
That's a good shot again, like just driving it into the cover region, not trying to hit it with power, but just placing it in the gap. So 1 run, 2 in the second over. No, sorry, there's still one more ball to go.
But the way these two guys are playing, they are playing very matured, I would say.
Yeah, that's right.
And they do have good batsmen to come down. Like they have Rahul, who has been their consistent batter, all-rounder. He's an all-rounder. He was the captain of Hustlers for a long period, and he has given that to Nikhil, who is a good batsman, and Karthik is a good batsman. They do have like 3-4 batsmen coming down. That was a fumble from Uma. If that was taken, I hope that was a run out by now. What do you say?
It could have been a 50-50 chance, yes, for sure. But that was again like hard for the fielder to collect it because it started to bounce when it was reaching in. So there is some inconsistent bounce on the ground that affects the fielder. End of 2 overs, the score is 9 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Keith is coming back to bowl the 3rd over of this innings.
So 2 overs done. 2 overs, 9 runs. I would say the game until now is almost with both the hands. With both the teams. Considering Hustler, they have not lost any wicket. Considering Titans, they have not given away any boundaries. So
That's right.
it has been evenly poised until now. And
Hustlers seems to have approached this game with a cautious approach, trying to just keep the scoreboard ticking without taking any risks.
full toss ball outside off stump. How easy that could be, because you are bowling from over the wicket for a left-hander, and the ball is curving away with a full toss. Those are easy balls to play if you are playing properly, and those are the balls which will edge your wicket if you are not, because the ball is coming waving away. You have to, most probably, if you have to play well, you have to guide it where you can get a boundary easily in the point or backward point.
That's right.
Again a fuller, and it was played nicely on to the straight, and that has been a misfield, and it was very well backed up by Ujjwal just for a double.
So bad again, like a bad ball. I think what Tirth is trying to do here is ball full and pace. But in this instance, he just missed the length of the delivery, and instead of it got resulted in a full toss ball. And Chakri was good enough to like just play it straight down the ground.
This was a very good ball. For a moment, I felt the ball was going on to the leg, but seems like the ball moved a bit. Though it was a fuller ball again, rather than the previous ball, this ball had some movement which didn't had enough time for Chakri to play.
That's right. Considering the field that they have, they've committed the long off and the long on in place, and that's why I think the tactic is to ball full and straight.
Yeah.
So that the batsman hit it down the ground to one of these fielders.
Yeah, even the previous ball, though it was not a great delivery, I would say, but it was a good delivery considering the field set he had. It was going to the fielder. That was a small fumble from the fielder.
Short ball. Chakri missed the chance this time to get a connection.
Yeah, the connection there would have been an easy 4 by now for sure.
Yeah.
Apart from the bowler and the keeper, no one was interested in appealing that, but that was a real good delivery from Tirith.
That was a good variation. He balled this one slightly slower than what he would usually deceiving the batsman to like go and play his shot, but not getting any connection in that particular instance.
Tirith bowling to Chakri, full toss ball, and this time it was missed both by the keeper and the batsman. And Chakri is interested for two, and there is a chance for run out. No, Chakri made it on the time. The other batsman Naha was saying not for the two, but Chakri was desperate for the two, and he was right because they didn't had any third man. The fielder in the cover was standing at the backward point, so that's that's a good call.
That's a good call. Yeah, yeah.
Pranit to continue. Only difference is he will continue now without a power play.
Let's see where he pushes the other fielders or towards the boundary. They don't need to, as considering that the Hustlers have not tried to hit the ball as much. Maybe they could, if the game plan is to just keep rotating, maybe have more fielders inside to stop that.
Yeah, I totally agree to that. But he has to make sure of Ujjwal alone. Like a cat, he is moving here and there. Uh, jokes apart, so into the game. Continue. So 3 overs, 13 runs. And Pranit to continue.
Even though it's not, okay, so they did move to mid off, deep mid off.
Yeah.
So they have 3 fielders on the outside now, long on, long off, and deep mid off.
And they don't have anybody on the leg side. That's the line and they are bowling. They don't need any fielder on the leg side. So far with the line they were bowling. Even though they were bowling fullers or full tosses, those bowls were bowled outside the off stump, which is not easy to pick with the kind of pace they are delivering, which is not easy to pick and play on the leg side, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. And that is the confidence of a good bowler, because they know they'll be able to pitch all the 6 balls outside the off stump, not giving any room to the batsman to hit on the leg.
That's called commentator's curse.
As we were saying that the bowler is bowling everything outside the off, this one goes down the leg for a while.
Maybe that was his strategy, to bowl consistently outside the off stump and bowl one inner to target the stumps, and he was not able to execute to his plans, looks like.
Full ball again, outside off. The batsman is trying to see if he can guide. One more dot ball in this over. The heat
He's asking electrolyte for Pranit.
yeah, heat is
Even
starting to play effect now.
we need it. Probably we can ask Spirit to provide that in a moment.
Yes, please.
Pranit to bowl to Naga. Nice length, play direct to the fielders there and well fielded at the point. I'm not sure who the fielder is. And one thing I'm observing is I'm not seeing Mani Avila today. Are you seeing him anywhere?
I don't see him.
I do see Mithilesh, I do see Ramesh, I do see Karthik, Ujjwal, Shiva. All the big guns of Titans are there except Mani. This ball was bowled slower, but played directly to the hands of the fielder in the covers.
So the playing 11 for Titans today is Tir, Karthik, Shiva, Praneeth, Charles, Ramesh, Ujjwal, Jeevan. So I think Jeevan is a player who is substituting for Mani. And then we have Mithilesh, Uma and Funny.
Okay. Full toss ball, played direct to the hands of the fielder in the cover, Thirit, doing the stopping there. Titans has come here with some game plan, making sure they are restricting their opponents well below the par, though they are not able to produce those wickets. Looks like he missed some run up there, Pranit. No, looks like he got something into the eyes.
Maybe the sunscreen.
Sunscreen. I remember one of the player who was putting sunscreen all over the face and even on his head while playing in the T35, and it started going into his eyes. He's none other than Vishwa.
That's a good shot, straight down the ground for a single. So, the game plan seems to be very clear from the Hustlers team, which is not to take any risk in the first 4 to 8 overs, at least for the first 4 overs. Let's see how the game plan changes after this. So, drinks are on the ground for both the fielding and the batting team considering the heat. I'll get back to you.
Looks like there has been a change of batsman, which Pushkar rightly observed. The batsman left-handed Chakri is out, and they do have Nikhil and Karthik has replaced him. So let's see.
Also, there is a bowling change from the Titans' perspective. Shiva is coming to bowl. Just going on mute because Aki has a personal call to attend.
I'm back though. It was from Krishna. I thought we are doing some mistakes in the live stream, so I thought that would be the reason he's calling me. but looks like that was not the reason.
No, this time I'm there, so I'm paying attention to your mute button.
Okay, that the completion of 4 overs, we got another bowler introduced, Shiva, the renowned fast bowler, who is one of the very good bowler who execute the slower deliveries, almost tactically equal to Pushkar.
He did get me out the last time we played.
Bowling slower?
On a slower delivery
That makes me very happy. Because I'm a guy who is consistently failing to produce those slower balls. When the guy who is consistently producing slower ball is got out by that ball, that's something good news for me.
Well, yeah, you can be happy about someone else's misery, but things will come back and haunt you, Aki.
Already haunted me, so enough, that's why. So Shiva to continue, and Nikhil is facing and played straighter. This is again a fuller delivery. So we would have observed at least 25 balls, including the wides or something, at least 27 or 28 balls. Of all the balls, I would say only 4 or 5 balls could have been a good length balls. Rest everything was fuller balls and outside, which is looks to be a game plan.
Yeah. And they have also set the fielding up accordingly.
And this was a good length ball. So what I'm trying to say is they are producing those 2 or 3 balls and a good outside off fuller balls or full tosses, and then the 3rd or 4th ball they are producing a good length, which we have seen almost a catch opportunity, uphill or something. So they are with the game plan to switch off the things, mix up the things.
Yeah, that's good observation, Aki.
Yeah, I would give credits to Shiva for moving Ujjwal away from the camera. Slow ball,
but it's a wide delivery, and that was the same ball on which I got out.
But this was a wide-ish delivery. Wide deliveries are the balls where you will get those wickets, but it should not be too wide, where batsman gets tempted to go for it. Shiva to bowl to Nikhil again after bowling couple of another slower ball, played direct to the fielder, but the non-striker Karthik, who is very quick between running the wicket, running between the wickets. He is one guy who plays the leather ball in the internal tournament that happens.
Yeah.
So he is a good observer of the ball and he's a keeper. For me, he should have been well before to bat in the power play. I'm not saying anything bad about the two openers, but he's one kind of a guy who should be played in the power play. I remember you played along with him a couple of seasons, right? With Karthik.
Yeah, I did play the local T20 tournament with him last year.
He was your keeper, so he was an attacking batsman. So
with the game plan, like every team comes with their own game plan, right? So the game plan here could be to not use him in the first two or the first 4 overs, and maybe just bring him once the 4 overs are done.
yeah, maybe. And the right and left hand combination was working well until now.
And we'd like to take a wait. We'll come back to the after this ball.
Shiva there.
Very nicely played, and that looks like to be the game plan.
And we have a guy who said that he will come promptly at 6:35 to do all the setup for the live stream, and he came rightly at 7:25. Though everyone in the entire Bentonville was warning me that he will not come on time, but he came on time. Thanks, Raghu.
So sweet of you, Aki. Thanks for the quick, bright introduction of mine.
So I will step out for a few minutes. Raghu and Pushkar will be taking.
Raghu, welcome.
Thank you, Bushi.
And as soon as Raghu comes, there's a wicket that falls.
I think that's some luck for Titans.
Or bad luck for Hustlers, the
Yeah.
way you see it.
I neither want to do anything, but that's what the nature of game it is. So I think from long time, Hustlers are trying to make a move here, and finally they will pray for Shiva.
That was a good slower ball outside of asking Nikhil to hit. But Nikhil was into the shot early, which lofted the ball just outside the 30-yard circle for the mid of the long off fielder to come in and get it.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. What happened to your voice, Raghu? Looks nice now.
Yeah, I was preparing for commentary, Aki, so I think I lost my tune there. Yeah, coming back to the match here, so Titans drawing the first bread. I think both the batsmen at the crease from the Hustlers are desperate to make a move here because the runs were not flowing fluently, so they need to take some risk at one point of time. So they do have the wickets in start. Not a bad start, I would say, but definitely they would have been more happier if they had 10 or 15 runs more before losing this wicket.
Yeah. But we were talking about the approach of the opening pair. They were not trying to go for any hits. They were just trying to rotate the ball, play it in gaps, and keep running between the wickets.
So that shows what Creek's side pitch has offered us over last few weeks here. So initially to start off the tournament, it was a flat track and everyone were actually coming out. All the batsmen were coming out, all guns blazing. They were able to score fluently. But now, over the time, at least from the last few weeks, at least 2 or 3 weeks, I can say that runs have dried up. It was even. It has become an even contest between the bat and ball from last few weeks. So 110s and 120s have been defended well here, and 110s have chased till last ball. So that has been the case or scenario from last few weeks. Maybe Hustlers have that in mind, and they just want to take it deep and have wickets in hand, and then go on for that.
That's a good call there, Raghu. Yeah. It has been a different wicket as we had in T8 compared to what we had in T8. It seems like it's very some days it's difficult to score, some days it's
just good enough and smooth to score that.
But I can see the ground is a lot better now. I think it's more today. So
Yeah, could be.
so the half side would be like quite faster than compared to the last few weeks. So previously on the match days, on the weekends, the ball was not as fast. Previously, offside field was the fastest outfield in the entire ground, but it has slowed up with the grass and weed coming up. But today I see a very flat grass. I'm like it's will equally poised and more. So it would be a better it would be a better batting outfield, I would say, compared to the last few weeks.
Right, so we are in the sixth over and Ramesh is got into the attack. Short ball hit, pulled nicely for a boundary.
A gentle loosener from Ramesh here. Maybe a warm-up delivery for him. And if you know Pawan, the batsman for Hustlers who's on strike, see that's his favorite area. He always try to eye on that square leg and the fine leg area that has been his stable area for scoring runs, milking runs. So Titans need to be mindful of that.
So this was the first boundary for Hustlers coming in the sixth over.
Once again, if you see that shuffle towards the making himself giving himself some width to play it onto the square leg region. So that is his favorite area, mind you. They need to have one more production.
Shot again, just nudging it towards the cover fielder for a single. The second ball, it was a good comeback delivery from Ramesh after the very juicy loosener that he bowled in the first ball. Switch hit and the ball is up in the air towards the point refield and he drops it. That was a easy catch, but the fielder making a mess there.
Who is that? Was it Tirith?
Yeah, looks like it's Tirith.
Yeah, he had ample time there to collect that one. He made himself ready also, removing his cap, because mind you there is some direct sun onto his face, but still that was an easy catch.
He looked like, yeah, what a ball. Yeah. So Ramesh, that was a very good delivery that was bowled by Ramesh, pitching just outside of missing the edge, just a little by a fraction. Full and delivery, batsman just trying to play and nudge it into the gap and run, but the cover fielder there very active.
Very well finished by Ramesh here. So that is the line and length which he quite often hits on in this deck. So he has been very economical bowler for Titans over the years, not only for this season.
Right.
Except for the first gentle loosener, he did perfectly all right in the rest of the 5 deliveries.
You see this 6 runs were scored off his over, and considering that the first ball went for a boundary, he did get it back again.
And Hassas will be more than happy to get 6 runs off his over, because he is very dangerous customer to deal with. So he has a tendency to pick the wickets at ease. So it's not easy for a batsman to take over Ramesh with that left arm diagonal action coming on. He has some variations and he uses the pitch very well there. So Shiva to continue his second over.
That was a loose ball. I don't know if it's a wide being called by the umpire or a no ball.
I think it's a white ball. Slow delivery executed, but execution was not on a line for Shiva here. Intentions was right and clear, but execution needs to be better here.
Do we have a square leg, deep square leg?
Yes, we do have production in the deep square leg. Once again, this was better.
Yeah, this is what I think Shiva is trying. Like even the earlier ball, it was back of good length. Even this ball was back of good length, and the batsman is trying to hit those in the deep square leg region. Yeah, initially I couldn't see that fielder, but there is a deep square leg put in place.
And if you see the field setup by Titans fielding unit here, I think there's 3 men outside the 30-yard circle. So that shows how dominant or how confident they are on their bowling lineup.
That's
So
right.
this is the time I believe for the Hustlers, if they want to get some quick ones, to just put back the pressure on Titans bowling unit, clear those 30-yard circle, get some tools and quick singles. I think the way they have actually shown the intent of just sneaking those quick singles and twos, that has put a thought in Pranit's mind, Titan skipper, to have more fielders inside the TR circle, and eventually that is paying off for the moment. The runs are being dried up. Two dot balls off the wide from Shiva.
Okay, that's a dead ball.
Missing this line. Run up, Shiva. Need to reload this delivery again. What do you think would be the target to set for Titans? Titans has been the dangerous batting unit in this tournament. So, what would be the pass score for the Titans batting unit on the surface? Pushkar.
Well, let's get back to it after this ball. Full and delivery, Karthik hitting it straight to the bowler. Plus 1 run. Coming back to that question, Raghu, I think 130, 140 should be a decent score to defend, considering the way the wicket has played over the last few weeks, where it has become difficult to bat or score with the dew coming in and under the lights. If it would have been some other team, even 110, 20 would have been a very defendable total, but with Titans and the amount of power hitters they have, the dew doesn't actually play effect for them. I think even 150 they'll still,
Fancy creation.
yeah, they'll sing the ball changes.
Once again,
Considering the ball changes too.
Mhm.
Yep.
Once again coming back to the delivery, it was a slower ball. Once again tried by Shiva. Once again erring is with his line there. So one more wide, 2 wide from this over and a single. 3 runs of this over so far. Couple more balls to go. I think that should be the plan. So save the wicket still last and go for a launch the last 3 overs or 4 overs. Clearly I can see that both the batsmen only punishing the short balls or the balls where you have a time to free your hands. Those are the only balls being put away. Other than that, each and every ball has been nudged for a single or just defended well.
That's right. That's a good point.
One more wide.
Outside out. So Shiva, like it's difficult to score. Runs are not coming more off the bat rather than in the extras.
Mind you, it's too hot here too. So I think dew is also not going to play a major part here. I mean, like if you see the temperatures over the last few days here in Bentonville and NWA, they have been scorching hot days, and eventually that yielding up very little dew compared to the earlier weeks, where it was ground was completely wet and moist for the second innings. So I think Hustlers need to think about that too. I mean, like 110 and 120 without dew is not par.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely not for the Titans team. But I think they're bowling good as well, like perfect line and length, where they're not giving enough room for the.
Definitely, I'm like till now for the 6 overs, or currently it's the 7th over running going on. So for the first 6 overs, I think Titans have dominated the game. Oh, what a
That's a
take!
good
What
catch.
a take!
Pranit.
Keep claiming out for the catch, and batsman just looking out for the leg umpire to have a double check. For me, with the naked eyes, it looked like a clean catch.
It looked like a clean catch and it has been given out.
And
by
if it's given out, that's a wonderful effort from Pranit. A diving catch, captain leading from front there. Very good take there. Bringing down curtains for the man of the match in one of the league matches for the Hustlers. Pawan is back in dugout. Hustlers are in trouble now. Not having enough runs on board after 7th over and losing 2 wickets. Not a good side. Someone need to step up and play that long innings. I think it's Karthik who is up there. So I think it's Rahul who is up there. अरे मैं आऊँगा क्या कैमरा में?
The score is 29 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. I think 7 overs are done. Or is it still?
I think it's 7 done.
Yeah, 7 overs done.
Oh, so Ramesh has been cut down just for 1 over. It will be Mithilesh who's brought into attack now.
We have a lot of folks coming in to view the match. We have people from Bentonville Tigers. We have some folks from Udan as well.
Yeah, and some from Challengers commenting too.
That is our voluntary duty that we have taken up.
And some from Titans unit always obstructing the camera, Ujjwal.
Can you be given out for obstructing the camera?
Yeah, for sure. We can appeal from the commentary unit.
How many matches will you ban him for?
Probably if there is a chance we play with Titans, if suppose we will do that much alone.
We would cover you, Aki.
Aki is already looking into the finals.
Yeah. That's how confident he is with his team and with his performance. Why not having back-to-back hat-trick of man of the matches in the league stages?
He's just laughing at all the other players right now.
Yeah.
Mithilesh
Karthik, there you go. I think
Straight
this,
down the ground. This was a cooler ball, not much space as compared to Tirik or Prameet. So it was a juicy full delivery for the batsman, and he was able to easily get it off the ground.
and Rahul is a good clean hitter of the ball, mind you. Pushkar, you might be aware of him. So even he plays the leather cricket, he is a clean hitter of ball. He can cause some damage for Titans. So with the, especially with the pace with Mithilesh is bowling at,
Yep.
it's not going to be tough for him to pick him up, especially when he bowls in that area, the full length delivery. So Mithilesh need to be careful here to make sure he's hitting the good length or back of length deliveries and having a good protection.
We have had a change of ball here because the one that he hit has is into the jungle and people are still trying to catch it. So in order to not stop the game, we are moving on with our different ball.
We'll see some field changes now. I think there is additional protection to the deep wicket area. That's a good change. Now we can see 5 fielders outside patrolling outside the yard circle. It's a good move, especially when this guy is at crease. He is up there. He is a batsman who doesn't hold back onto his shot irrespective of what the situation is. So Mithilesh coming back for the redemption.
Well played by Rahul. That was full delivery. He just drove it on the offside region for a single. Good fielding there by Yuma, who ran all the way from long off to fetch that ball, which was just lying around the 30-yard circle.
It's quite sensible batting here from Rahul. After hitting a 6, just nudging down one down the ground for a single. I can see a field change now.
Two different kind of field settings for the two batsmen.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like the last over before the break, so maybe Hustlers have already got enough good amount of runs this over, so we should just play sensibly.
Right down the ground. Can this be a single? Yes.
Just one run off the delivery. Aki, they're doing a good job asking the people to move away from the boundary, because it has been a problem recently for fielders who are fielding on the long off area, where the other team is like right onto the ropes and it obstructs the batsman, the fielder from fielding correctly. Nikhil is coming back. Out full and delivery and it's heaved in the cow corner. Good fielding there by
Funny. Just
two
keeping
runs.
it to the single. So I think it's a last ball before the break, and the Hustlers finally had a move. They have got some good runs in this over before heading into the break, and they will be in a better mind space to understand and analyze what would be the target they want to set to Titans. Last ball before the break, Mithilesh to Karthik.
That's a very good ball. It was almost yorked him, but well played by Karthik there.
Easy pace, giving some breather for the batsman over there. So here we are at the end of the 8th over. Score is 40 for the loss of 2 wickets. I would say still Titans have managed to restrict Hustlers to a very decent score. The next 8 overs are going to be very crucial. Par score I would say would be 120, and anything over 120 would be great, especially after the start they have got Hustlers. So they should be eyeing at that 80 runs in the next 8 overs, which would not be easy with this Titans bowling unit. See you back shortly. Vicky, join for a minute.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the second half of Hustlers inning. Uma is on the long on region now, replacing
Ujjwal.
Ujjwal, who's gone into bowling. And Raghu is gone away again from commentary, and he has to come back.
I've been always a substitute. I was substituting for Rocky, Raghu. Yeah. Hope so they will not ask me to substitute in Rowdy's fielding unit. Coming back to the game, Ujjwal got his ball for the first time. So Ujjwal has changed his run-up and action a bit compared to the way he bowled in the creek side. And the very first ball was being a wide and keeper not managing to collect it. They have secured 2 runs.
Oh, that's a good ball outside off, full and delivery. Rahul there trying to play through the cover region but missing it completely. So that was the line that Ujjwal is trying to bowl, which is on the 4th or 5th stump.
And going for a wild shot, and there is no fielder there. I somehow feel like the shot he tried to, and it went to the 4. Coming back to the point, I felt the shot he played was to play in the cow corner, where there was a deep mid-wicket fielder, no protection in the cow corner.
Yeah.
But because of the pace and miscued shot, it went to the deep fine leg, where there was no protection too.
Right, and the ball must have kept turning, like swirling, because of the way the bat, it must have got connection on the bat. And that made it keep going away from the mid-wicket.
Yeah, because it was a hard-hitting shot. Nevertheless, that was a good 4 for Hustlers and the guy Rahul, who is been anchoring there.
That's a
Some
bad
mix-up there, and it was a wise call from the guy on the non-striker Karthik, because it was into the hands of Pranit, and it was not played that with the soft hand. It was defensively played, and it was sailing to him very quick.
Yep. Ujjwal coming back. Full ball. Rahul has hit it in the air. And it's shot.
And that was a very good catch from Karthik. For a moment, I thought that ball is going to land on the 45 mark, but it was almost landing on the 55 mark or so.
Yeah.
50, I would say. The way he ran, the way he judged it, and way he collected it, we are seeing those kind of catches being taken 1 out of 2.
Yep. That's
And-
right. It's difficult to judge in Creekside right now because people are not used to it. But that was a very good judgment there by the fielder. Karthik is his name, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. He running into the field and stabilizing himself right before getting the ball. So 3 wickets down for Hustlers.
And most importantly, the crucial wicket of Rahul is out. He was the guy, the most prominent batsman for them, and why not he? The way he was scoring streaks of Mithilesh ball, a 4 from, I hope it was from Ramesh ball, he scored a 4, or it was Karthik, I believe, and another 4 in this over. He was pushing those runs,
Yeah.
sticking it well, and the way he got out, the Hustlers team and the unit will be feeling bad.
Yeah, that's right. It was not a wicket-taking delivery, to be honest. It was a full toss ball, and it was supposed to be in the same region where he had got a 4 earlier. But this time,
And I used to debate this with Abhijit a lot. More than the good length balls, full toss balls in Creekside has been most consistent and wicket taking balls and most defensive balls, I would say.
yeah. Oh, and that's
That was a good pack up from the fielder on the fine leg. He was in the fine leg, he came to the square leg, and the throw was good too by Tirit because of the pace in the throw too. The keeper Lobo was not able to collect it. And correct me if my observation is right. I feel Ujjwal is producing some extra pace today. Probably you can see another over and see he used to be a good bowler, not a second thought about it, but I feel his pace has increased a bit.
has it been? Are you seeing that increase for the whole tournament or just this match?
I mean, I feel it has been I mean, totally it is different from the way he bowled in the Phillips one here. In Phillips he runs bit, I mean his run up will be little less. Here he has increased his run up for sure. That will give a lot of change to your pace.
Right.
At the same time, I feel compared to the previous match I did commentary to Titans, his pace here is bit more.
Come on. Lobo,
That's a good observation, Aki. I had not seen Ujjwal ball any time before this series, so
I think he bowled against you in the morning. There is a catch opportunity and it was little wide of the fielder and the throw was instead of keeper, it was to the square leg fielder. And previously it was Ujjwal who was obstructing the camera and now it is Uma.
short ball hit in the square region. That's a good square cut. 2 runs on the cards.
And there is a chance there can be a 3 because of and run out chance and there is a chance there might be a 4 and there is opportunity for wicket too. It all happened because of the slippery from Ujjwal there. The moment he ran a lot, he collected the ball. I mean, he stopped the ball well. When he was about to throw, he got slipped down and he could have given the ball to the other guy, Pranit, who was closer to them. Instead, he throwed somewhere in between and the ball went somewhere where they were able to make the 3rd run and again the throw was somewhere in between.
Yeah.
So that was a 4. All credit to the way he batted that shot to the extra cover. We all know how good a batsman Karthik is on the offside and he's so good on the offside, especially in the cover point region and on the deep square leg. That's why they do have a fielder on the deep square leg. Going for a
Switch hit, and I think that should go all the way to the boundary. It has, so that's a good over for Hustlers. Two boundaries.
Yeah, for sure. That was 2 boundaries. Though that the previous boundary did not touch the boundary line.
Yep.
It was a boundary though.
Yep. So Hustlers getting a move on. Score has moved to
56. Though they lost their key batsman Rahul, looks like Karthik is into the role of grooving and taking those runs. Ramesh to continue. That was a great length ball and going for a quick single. That was a good anticipation from both the batsmen because once the bowler got bowled to delivery, he has to run a lot to cover it. So that was good running between the wickets. So are we eyeing in for a good run scoring here? Because last 2-3 overs I'm seeing the runs are coming at an average of 7 or 7 runs per over.
Yeah, that it is definitely very much required that we have more runs on the board because
he's going for a reverse sweep again and this time it was close to the fielder on the point and they are running for a 2 and the 2 has been taken comfortably.
this time this was the new batsman who is in. He plays a switch hit.
I have never seen much batsmen playing switch hit this comfortably against Ramesh.
That's right, but alright, so that's the end of 10th over and the score's gone to 59.
9, yeah. So they are into the 6 runs more.
Ujjwal's coming back into the attack to ball his 2nd over of the end.
I might move a bit because the guy I was substituting is back. Hope so he will not call me as a substitute for fielding unit in the Rowdies.
Nothing. Thank you, Aki, for covering me up. A nice setup here. A fan for Pushkar.
Well, thanks to Aki. That is a full ball outside off and the fielding team is appealing for an edge but not out decision given by the umpire.
I think bowler was not interested. It was Charles, the keeper, who was excited. Second ball.
Switch hit, an attempt for a switch hit. Charles is not able to collect it properly. So one Oh, and the umpire calls it a wide, so 2 runs of the delivery.
2 runs coming off this ball. So Hasler somehow sneaking in the runs here. Couple of good shots played in the last over, fielding some runs, and now a misfield and a wide, getting them runs.
Batsman coming down the wicket, converting that good line delivery to a full toss. Just one though, because it's straight to the fielder.
I think Ujjwal here actually is becoming predictable, and like he's bowling almost a full length delivery. So I think batsman was premeditating the shot before even it was up to the mark. Guess he will be changing up or mixing up his length now. Once again,
And that's a run
that's
now.
a now brilliant work there. Well gathered, kept his cool and hit the bullseye. That's a wicket. It's a timely wicket for Titans.
Full ball.
This is a perfect length, which he needs to be bowling more often. This is a line and length which asks questions to the batsman. A short of a good length delivery, batsman has no clue there, and Ujjwal generating some pace on this ball. It will be great if Uma can give some camera space here. Just covering up. Thank you, Uma. Sorry for disturbing you.
Rajesh is the new batsman that has come in. He's on the non-strike person. Karthik still batting it out for Hustlers.
It will be interesting phase of game here.
Well played on the off, just getting a single run.
Karthik need to stay till last if Hustlers are supposed to post a respectable total here. So they're 4 wickets down and they're just 60 after the end of 11 overs. Sorry, 10 overs? 11 overs, 62. So 5 more overs to go. They need to get at least 50 for the bowling unit to have some fight back here. Mind you, the ground is mowed, so outfield is quick today, and I don't expect any dew because the temperatures are scorching high from past few days. So it would be a Herculean task if Hustlers are not posting at least a decent total like 110, especially with the batting outfit Titans have. So Shiva is brought back.
The camera now.
Shiva is brought back into the attack now.
Shiva is here to ball his third over. Ramesh, who generally balls 4 overs for Titans, has given 18 runs in 2 overs this time. So slightly expensive on this match, Ramesh.
That's quite unusual for Ramesh here to go for runs. He is having an off day.
Yesterday he got a very good catch. Yeah. Awesome catch. Shiva starting his 12th over of the innings.
Will it be the third over for Shiva?
Yes, this is the third over for Shiva.
The Titans have used 6 bowlers so far.
Full ball, full and pacey delivery.
Batsman has beaten up for the pace here. It was definitely in slot for the batsman to go for a big heave on the mid wicket, which is vacant and which is unguarded now. There is no fielder patrolling that mid wicket area. Batsman has that on the slot, but completely done by Shiva's pace. He has generating some serious pace here.
And that shot that the batsman played has prompted the Titans team to move their deep square leg fielder to like mid wicket fielder. Deep mid wicket.
This time bowling it outside off stump area.
Nicely guided in the gully region for 1 run, and the fielder there like just staying on his position to collect the ball. Maybe if he would have attacked it, it could have been a different result here.
Yeah, definitely not a single there. Quite ordinary effort there from the short fine leg, the short third man fielder there, which gives Hustlers team an easy single. Shiva back to his run up.
Slower ball, deceiving the batsman with his pace here.
Completely deceived the batsman. The first ball it was with his extra pace, which he has beaten the batsman. This time a slower ball doing it for him. Good mix up here from Shiva, mixing it up well, the slow balls, the length balls and the faster deliveries. It will be interesting to see what would be he coming up with for the next ball.
Full ball and
That's a
he's
young ball.
bold.
Properly set up. I think this over was speaks volumes, tons of volume with the Shiva's experience here. Properly set the batsman with a couple of faster deliveries, quicker deliveries, then a slow ball outside off stump, and now
Full
yorking
ball
it down full onto the stumps. Bingo. So Hustlers are losing their way here. They lost 5 wickets now. 5 more wickets to go, and they are just in the mid 60s. Karthik has been the lone warrior so far for the Hustlers, batting it out for Hustlers, as you rightly called it out, Pushkar. So someone needs to support him on the other side.
That's right.
So losing wickets will not help the cause for Hustlers. Someone need to stick around and make sure they are actually supporting Karthik. On the other hand, playing beautifully. Last ball of the 12th over coming up. Shiva is a new batsman at the crease.
Slower ball again. Goes straight to the fielder. This time the fielder attacks the ball and no run.
One more ball to go, I believe.
Yeah,
My
one
apologies.
ball in this over.
A quick chat between the umpire. It's time for a quick break, I would say.
Best of luck to all NWA cricket participants. We have extensive experience in land development and quality construction. We have built over 200 homes in 4 subdivisions, including single-family and duplex homes. Silverleaf Estates is our new upscale subdivision with amenities like clubhouse, walking trails, pool, kids play area, and more. We have a limited time buyer incentive of $13,000 for NWA cricket participants. Our office is in Bentonville, across from the Links at Rainbow Curve Apartments. We're ready to serve you.
So we are back.
After a small scoring app glitch here. So last ball of the 12th over coming up. Shiva to Karthik. Full and delivery.
Well played on the leg side. It was a flick, full and delivery which was flicked by the batsman into the gap. So easy two for the Hustlers.
So end of 12th over. Score is 65 for the loss of 5 wickets. So 4 more overs to go, and Hustlers definitely need at least 40 runs from these 4 overs to get to that par or the something to defend against this mighty Titans batting unit. And for that to happen, I think Karthik should be the man who should be playing out the innings.
And the rest of the folks have to play around him by keeping the scoreboard rotating, getting Karthik on strike as much as possible.
This would, and look at the spell which Shiva has bowled. 3 overs, 11 runs, and picking up 3 wickets. You know, mind you, Hustlers were very adamant in giving up their wickets. They were playing very cautiously initially, but Shiva, with his variations in line and mixing it up well, picked up 3 crucial wickets for Titans. And it will be interesting to see with Ujjwal coming on to the attack.
Tirth is back into the attack. He is going to bowl his third over as well. So now there will be most of the Titans bowler will be completing the quota of 3 overs.
Ball not sticking in Tirith's hand. Somehow he is having not a great day at field. This was not hit at pace. Batsman was completely beaten by the pace of Tirith. But
Yeah, it was a funny drop actually. He caught it, then it popped out of his hand, and then he tried to juggle with it. But eventually, lifeline for Karthik and Hustlers. Short ball. The ball didn't bounce this time. Karthik just playing it down the ground for a single.
that kept low. Glad that good for Karthik that he didn't go for a big heave there.
Yep.
He wouldn't have connected that because the ball was not onto the bat. It kept really low, unexpected, an unusual low bounce here.
We have seen the pitch to fluff in certain situations, like certain places. If the ball pops there, instead of bouncing, it just stays down.
A misfield there. Can this be two? No. A good recovery from the point fielder there. Initial fumble. Batsmen, both the batters were interested in taking out, squeezing in for the second, but he has covered it quite well to cut it down to just a single. So just 2 runs coming off, or just 1 run?
2 runs. Of this 1 run of the delivery. 2 runs in this over.
2 runs in this over so far.
Switch hit, and he has connected it. I think it's going all the way to the boundary.
Yes, that is. So
It was a good switch hit there by Karthik. Is it Karthik or is it Sunny? Sorry, I don't.
I think it's Karthik there.
Okay. The batsman Karthik was brave enough to switch it to a bowler like Tirth who has
Raw pace.
raw pace.
So I think he has got 2 boundaries in that area with his reverse sweep or a switch hit, whatever you call it. One from Ramesh, left arm spin, and one from the raw pace generated by Tirith. So quite a brave batting here and very well executed shot, I would say.
Yes.
No
And
ball.
it's a no ball. It has not been a day for Titans bowlers where, like in this particular game, they have given a lot of extras. I don't see Titans being this undisciplined with the extra that they have given.
And with this no ball, adding it more, adding salt to the wound here. So free hit to Karthik. You can't ask for a better time to have this no ball if you're a Hustler fan.
Yes.
They badly need this one to connect.
And it's a
Wide,
wide
can this
delivery
be run
and,
away?
Charles was able to just stop it, but it was a good keeping, I would say, from Charles, because uh, the pace at which Kirk is bowling and the direction at which he has bowled this one, it was, if Charles wouldn't have had a hand to it, might have run away all the way to the
Definitely,
boundary.
that is a brilliant effort behind the stumps from Charles. If he didn't had a hand on that, definitely with the pace which he has generated, it would have been an easy boundary.
It would be, Titans can look at it as a positive way because a new batsman is now facing the free hit ball. And it might be a run out opportunity, and it is.
There was a no run there. There was no run there. Batsman Sunny was not at all interested in a single, but Karthik pushing him for the quick single. There was a quite little pause there. If not, Sunny might have made it if both were on the same page. But the
Yes.
confusion costing up for the wicket now. Hustlers losing another wicket.
That's right. Considering it was a free hit delivery, and the only way you can get out is run out, and that is what Hustlers have managed to achieve on that particular instant.
Clearly, things not going in the favor of Hustlers now. This over has been the mixed bag of everything. There are some reverse weight, there are some no ball, a wide and an extra given up. Finally, the only way a batsman can get out on a free hit was a run out, and that did happen in this ball.
Sunny actually sacrificing his wicket, if you see, because if it was not him, then Karthik was definitely out. And
Definitely, he was way out of his ground.
so that is a bit frustrating for the Hustlers, but on the other side, Titans are very happy with the way this ball has turned out. A free hit delivery, still fetching a wicket for them.
I'm not sure if Hustlers have finished their batting power play or they have taken it. I think that if they are yet to use it, so they'll be eyeing to get some runs out of that over, and it will be interesting to see who would be that bowler who will be bowling that power play over.
They definitely have their bowling power play left. Another wide from Tirth has seemed to lose his line this over. He's bowled two balls which have been very down the leg side.
He bowled exceptionally well in the first 2 overs. He just gave away 7 runs in the first 2 overs, but this over, with one more ball to go, he has already given 9 runs.
Yeah. Another full toss, full delivery, gone in the fine leg region.
I think Karthik want to keep the strike now. There was clearly a 2 there.
That was a good call, Raghu, that you made about the batting power play being left. Yes, Hustlers do have their batting power play left, and now the decision is when would they take it, because Karthik is in such good form. Do you want to wait until the last over to get the batting power play, or maybe utilize it right away?
This is where the captaincy calls come into place, right? So captain need to be more smart here, capitalizing the batting power play, giving that additional push to the scoreboard, and then once a batsman is already, Karthik has his eye set on. He has been there right from the starting, so he's playing some good cricketing shots over there. Few unorthodox, few good cricketing shots. So not a bad time to take a batting power play for sure. But I don't think Hustlers are taking it yet. And for the people like Uma who is actually staring at the commentary panel, they don't need any batting power play.
They can have as many fielders inside the ground because the ball is just gonna sail over their head for a 6.
Yeah, we have another destructive batsman beside us, Balaji from Samurais. He has been in fine nick. Hope he continues good form for the tomorrow semi-finals.
All your blessings, bro.
Yeah, just for tomorrow.
आप उतना खराब बॉलिंग करने वाले हैं कि उधर घुमा रहे हो
Alright, Ujjwal has come back into the attack. Ujjwal is bowling the 3rd over of his quota. So the other 2 bowlers that would be left are Praneeth and Ramesh. who might ball in the power play.
Slower delivery. The gap is there. Can this be a 2? Yes, they are running for it. Can this be a close one? It's a not out. It was definitely a close call. Ujjwal thought he had his man, but umpire having a better view, they are saying that it's not out. It's good running between the wickets from both the batters from Hustlers. Important 2 runs.
Finally, the temperature seems to be cooling down.
Still, I don't see any breeze over here.
Yeah, no breeze, but at least there's no more.
No breeze and
No dew
hot
as well.
temperature says that there will not be any dew.
That's
In the air.
up in the air.
Ujjwal calling it for no.
It-
Oh! I don't know what they have been doing there.
They dropped the catch and the batsman has left his crease. The non-striker did not even move from from his end.
Basics. This is some basic stuff which Hustlers are not maintaining here. There is no point in just staring at the ball.
Yes, sir, these things I can hold. Only ball counts, only problem.
Hustlers digging the deep hole for themselves here. They're finding out ways to get out.
Yeah. That was a very that was an easy catch. They expected that the batsman would be out, but you should always be thinking about the positive side, where there can be a chance that the fielder drops it, and that was exactly the case that happened.
And if you see that call, there were three fielders calling out for the catch. Charles with gloves on should be the ideal person to get it. Ujjwal, who was nearer to the ball, has gone for it, and Praneeth in the short cover area has also called for it, and he is the person who actually dropped it. But they have got the wicket, but not. It would have been great if they got Karthik out, because he is the man who can cause some serious damage in the later stages of the innings, especially with one batting power play to come.
Yes. But having said that, Chakri was the batsman who was dismissed, and he was the one who had opened the innings for Hustlers. And it's a good ball, good pace, full delivery. Batsman trying to heave it straight down the ground, but misses it completely.
Sai Praneeth is the batsman who didn't trouble the scorer here, going out for not. So things are completely falling apart. No one from the Hustlers batting unit is supporting Karthik, who is playing exceptionally well there. So they get 2 wickets in this over, one with a run out and other one Ujjwal cleaning the batsman up.
The game plan now surely has to change for Hustlers. They have to be sensible about how they score their runs while not losing any more wickets. This is the 13th over that's going on. 3 more overs to go after this, with only 2 more wickets left.
Even run a ball will get them to 92 rather than sacrificing their wickets. With just 2 more wickets in hand, they need to be very sensible here.
Yes.
And mind you, the batting power play is at the next over, which Hustlers are going to take the batting power play.
Which will coming into ball. Full delivery, well played by the batsman. Just glided onto the fine leg region for a single.
It's an easy single.
This is what we need, I think. This is what Hustlers need, where they keep moving the scoreboard, no dots, no wickets, and give as much chance as possible to Karthik. But the other decision that they need to take is, when do they take the batting power play?
I think definitely the next over, especially with not many wickets left.
Full delivery, Karthik has gone up into
Uma
the
is
air.
right in the red.
Uma
He
under
overran,
it,
yes, he
Uma
overran it.
misjudges it.
He definitely overran there. Clearly see that it's not easy, mind you. And the dark light. It was a skyer, and Uma completely misjudging it, overrunning the ball, and Hustlers, to the relief, get a welcome boundary here.
Yes, and it would have been a disaster if Uma would have touched it properly.
Definitely. Definitely Titans fielding unit not having a great day at field today. So Praneeth, the skipper, is into the attack. Are they taking the batting power play? 83,
85. Last over.
last 2.
Is it 2 overs left or 13? 3 overs.
2 more overs left.
Okay.
The plan is to take the batting cover in the last over.
Last over. That's what I hear from the Hustlers dugout.
So that means they have to play sensibly and not lose any more wickets this over.
Pranit is the bowler. Oh no! Can this be a mix-up? Yes, it is. Is it a Karthik?
Yes, looks like it's Karthik. This is exactly what they didn't want to happen.
So I would say potential batting power play has been wasted now. I'm like, I can't comment. I'm like, it's too quick for a comment. Maybe Hustlers have their slog batting coming up in their way, but definitely Karthik was the man, the safe bet.
Definitely Uma is a happy guy now.
No, I was advanced.
He only got out. So Uma is a happy guy.
So Titans will be much relieved fielding unit now after that catch drop from Uma in the last over. It's not costing anything more.
How many run-outs have
Try
they?
to forget, you will not allow them.
Yeah, that's too bigger of a catch from Uma. The drop was, Karthik was going all guns blazing, but he completely misjudged the ball. That was an easy picking. And he will be the more relieved person now on the field. So Pranit continuing.
Sure. And
That's
it's
it.
ran out.
That's a mere formality for Ujjwal there, the short cover area. So Hustlers bundling up for 83, not adding anything more to their last overs total. So the target for the Titans once they come back will be 84. It would be definitely a Herculean task for Hustlers bowling unit to contain Titans batting unit if they need to get it through that. We'll wait for the Titans chase shortly.
How do you do everything now?